people decoding tool that gets past the fluff and into the heart of who these candidates are. No more, I'm a team player canned responses. You want truth, grit, work ethic, and how they really show up with your kiddos at ABC. Here's a fresh, boss lady approved interview guide divided into sections. Icebreaker. Get them comfortable, then pay attention. So, what drew you to apply at ABC Behavioral Services specifically? Tell me your story. How did you end up in the behavioral health world? What's something you're proud of that's not on your resume? Open quote. Why it works. You see their why and passion early. If they go blank or give a super generic answer, red flag. You're looking for purpose, connection to helping others, or curiosity about the field. Close quote. Job-specific openers. Filter for ABA understanding and coachability. Let's say a child starts screaming, drops to the floor, and refuses to move. Walk me through how you'd handle that moment. What do you think makes a great ABA therapist versus just a good one? Tell me about a time you got feedback you didn't agree with. How did you handle it? Open quote. Why it works. These reveal their instincts, whether they can stay calm, and how they handle feedback. Super important in ABA. Close quote. Character check. Soft skills, grit, and vibe test. Give me an example of a time you stayed calm in a really stressful situation. What does integrity mean to you in a job like this? If I asked your last supervisor to tell me one thing they'd change about you, what would they say? Open quote. Why it works. You're testing maturity, honesty, emotional regulation, and how self-aware they are. Close quote. Work ethic plus follow through. Are they reliable? What does showing up look like to you, not just physically, but mentally? Have you ever worked a job that required consistency even when it was hard? Tell me about that. How do you organize your day when you've got back-to-back responsibilities? Open quote. Why it works. The best techs are consistent. You'll see if they've had jobs with grind before or if this is a trying it out phase. Close quote. Client interaction, parent communication. If a parent asked you a question you didn't know the answer to, what would you say? What would you do if a client bit you? Tell me about a time you worked with someone who didn't communicate well. How did you handle it? Open quote. Why it works. You're screening for boundaries, calmness under pressure, and emotional regulation. Again, close quote. Growth, cloth, team fit. What's one area you're really trying to grow in right now? Do you work better in quiet, focused environments or high-energy ones? What's something you'd want in a supervisor or team lead? Open quote. Why it works. You're seeing if they're coachable, self-aware, and if they'll mesh with your team culture. Close quote. Ending with power. What would make you walk away from a job like this? Do you see yourself in this field long-term? Why or why not? What questions do you have for me about ABC or the position? Open quote. Why it works. You'll spot the red flags or long-term keepers here. Close quote.